The bass pulsed through the floor before they even stepped inside. Neon spilled across the sidewalk, and laughter drifted out every time the door swung open. "Ready?" Jenna asked, her grin sly and electric under the streetlights. "No," Alexis muttered, clutching her purse. "Perfect," Jenna said, linking her arm through Alexis's and pulling her inside. Alexis's outfit, a black pleated skirt that brushed her thighs, paired with a silky deep red blouse tucked in neatly. Black heels gave her 2 extra inches, and her legs shimmered faintly under sheer tights Jenna had insisted on. A thin silver bracelet circled her wrist, and her makeup was bolder than before: eyeliner, mascara, and a richer shade of gloss. Jenna's outfit, a glittering gold top with thin straps, paired with sleek leather pants and high stilettos. Her hair was straightened to perfection, her lips painted in a bold red that matched her confidence. The bar was crowded, lights flashing in time with the music. Alexis followed close behind Jenna, her heels clicking against the floor. Every step made her hyper-aware of her skirt swishing, the weight of eyes around her. At the bar, Jenna ordered drinks effortlessly, sliding Alexis a glass of something sweet and fizzy. "Sip. Breathe. Relax." Alexis tried, but her pulse was racing. She leaned against the counter, scanning the crowd. No one seemed to be staring. People danced, laughed, shouted over the music. It was chaos, and somehow that made it easier to disappear. "See," Jenna said, bumping her shoulder. "No one's looking at you like you're out of place. You belong here." Before Alexis could reply, a guy in a denim jacket glanced their way, then at Alexis specifically. He smiled, flexing his interest. Panic rose in her throat. She looked away quickly, but Jenna caught it, grinning like a cat. "Oh, he's cute," Jenna teased. "Dance with him." Alexis's eyes widened. "No way." "Yes way. I dare you." That word again. Dare. Jenna grabbed her hand and tugged her toward the dance floor before she could argue. The crowd swallowed them in a blur of lights and music. At first Alexis moved stiffly, unsure, trying to stay small. But Jenna swayed easily beside her, laughing, hair catching the lights. "Loosen up," she shouted over the bass. "Let the music move you." Alexis forced herself to copy Jenna's rhythm. The heels kept her steps light, the skirt brushing against her thighs as she moved. Slowly, she stopped thinking and just let herself sway. And then, denim jacket guy appeared nearby, dancing close enough to acknowledge her, but not too close to trap her. His smile was easy, his body language open. Alexis's heart slammed against her ribs, but she didn't run. She let the beat carry her, let the moment hold. For the first time, she wasn't thinking about being caught. She was thinking about being seen. When the song ended, Jenna leaned in, breathless. "You killed it," she shouted. Alexis laughed nervously, brushing hair from her face. But her cheeks burned with more than embarrassment. For a few dizzying minutes, she had felt it, a belonging. The music shifted, slower now, though the crowd on the dance floor still moved like waves in neon light. Jenna leaned close to Alexis, her voice just audible over the bass. "You're doing great," she said, eyes sparkling. "So great. I think you're ready for the next challenge." Alexis narrowed her eyes. "What now?" Jenna tilted her chin toward the bar, where Daniel, broad-shouldered, sharp-beard, button-down rolled at the sleeves, cowboy boots tapping to the beat, was leaning casually against the counter, watching the crowd. Daniel's outfit, light blue button-down with the top button undone, dark jeans, polished brown cowboy boots, silver watch glinting under the strobe lights. "Talk to him," Jenna said. "Let him flirt. See what happens." Alexis's stomach nodded. "Are you insane?" "Little bit," Jenna said, smirking. "But trust me, he's into you. I can see it from here." Alexis shook her head, tugging nervously at her blouse. "No way." "I dare you," Jenna said, her grin wicked. The word pressed against Alexis like a hand at her back. Dare. She'd never refused one yet. Her heels clicked against the floor as she made her way toward the bar, every step louder in her mind than the pounding bass. Alexis's outfit, black pleated skirt swishing against her thighs, deep red silk blouse hugging her frame, sheer tights gleaming faintly under the lights, heels steadying her stride. Her lip gloss had been touched up by Jenna earlier, shining now as she pressed her lips together nervously. Daniel's eyes found hers the moment she drew close. His smile was easy, practiced. "Hey there," he said, leaning in just enough to be heard. "Can I buy you a drink?" Her throat went dry. Relax, he chuckled, flagging the bartender without waiting for her answer. "What do you like?" "Something sweet," she blurted, the words tumbling out before she could stop them. He ordered a rum and coke, sliding it toward her when it arrived. "I'm Daniel," he said, holding out his hand. She hesitated, then placed hers in his. His palm was warm, his grip firm, but not overbearing. "So," he said, eyes tracing her face. "What's your name?" "Alexis." He smiled at that, leaning a little closer. Pretty name for a pretty girl. Her pulse spiked. Every nerve in her body screamed at her to run, but another part, quieter, urged her to stay. They talked for a few minutes. Small talk, casual, his confidence filling the gaps where her nerves left silence. And then, without warning, he leaned in. His lips brushed hers, warm and tasting faintly of rum. Alexis froze. Her glass trembled in her hand. The world tilted. When he pulled back, smiling as if nothing was unusual, Alexis stumbled upon an excuse and fled back to Jenna's side. Jenna caught her by the arm, steadying her. "Well?" she demanded, eyes wide with curiosity. Alexis's breath came in sharp bursts. "He kissed me." Jenna grinned, triumphant. "And what did you think?" Alexis shook her head, her voice a whisper. "And I don't know who I am anymore." The morning after the bar felt like a hangover without the alcohol. Alex sat slumped on the couch, hood pulled low, knees drawn up. The sunlight cutting through the blinds only made him feel more exposed. Alex's outfit, an oversized navy hoodie, gray sweatpants, and thick socks. His hair was unstyled, falling into his face. Every piece of clothing was chosen to erase the night before, to erase her. Jenna padded out of her room, stretching. Jenna's outfit, an oversized t-shirt with a faded band logo, black leggings, hair in a messy top knot. No makeup, no jewelry, just casual, comfortable, still somehow glowing with confidence. She stopped short when she saw him. "Oh," she said flatly. "We're back to hiding." Alex stared at the floor. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Yes, you do." She crossed her arms, studying him like she was piecing together a puzzle. "You kissed a guy last night." "He kissed me," Alex wanted to say, but the words caught in his throat. Instead he muttered, "It was stupid." Jenna's voice softened. "Was it?" Alex tugged his head lower. "I looked ridiculous. I felt ridiculous. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know who I was." Jenna sat beside him. "You were Alexis." He flinched at the name. "That's not real." Her lips curved in a sad smile. "It felt real last night." His chest tightened. He wanted to deny it, to laugh, to say it was all just dress up and dares. But the memory wouldn't let go. The brush of Daniel's lips, the way her skirt had swayed as she moved, the sound of someone calling her cute without hesitation. And worse, the part of him that wanted it again. Alex shoved his hands into his hoodie pocket, curling inward. "I can't be that person." "You don't have to figure it all out right now," Jenna said gently. "But pretending it didn't happen? That's not you either." For a long moment, neither spoke. The room was filled only with the hum of the AC and the faint rush of traffic outside. Alex closed his eyes, pressing his palms into his eyes until colors bloomed. He wanted to crawl back into himself, into safety, into invisibility. But invisibility had never felt so suffocating. By the time evening rolled around, the apartment felt smaller than usual, like the walls were pressing closer with every breath. Alex paced the living room, hoodie still clinging to him like armor. Jenna emerged from her room, hair styled now, phone in hand. Jenna's outfit, a silky wrap blouse in deep emerald, black skirt that stopped mid-thigh, tan sandals. Her earrings caught the light as she looked up, surprised at the storm in Alex's eyes. Alex's outfit, the same navy hoodie and gray sweatpants from that morning, hood still pulled low. A uniform of retreat. "You've been sulking all day," Jenna said, slipping her phone into her bag. "We need to talk about it." Alex snapped, voice sharper than he intended. "Talk about what?" "How you've been parading me around like your project." Jenna froze. "A project?" "Yeah," Alex spat, words tumbling now that the dam had broken. "You keep daring me, pushing me, dressing me up like some doll, And I just go along with it because what? Because you think it's funny. Her jaw tightened. Funny. You think that's what this is? What else could it be? His hands balled into fists in his hoodie pocket. I'm not Alexis. I'm not whoever you keep trying to make me. I'm just Alex. Jenna cut in, her voice rising. The Alex who hides in hoodies and hopes no one notices him? The Alex who practically disappears every time we go outside. He flinched, but she pressed on, stepping closer. I didn't push you into this to laugh at you, she said, voice fierce. I did it because I saw something you couldn't. Because for once in your life, people actually looked at you. And you looked happy. Don't pretend you didn't feel it. His chest heaved, words caught between denial and confession. You don't know what it's like. How confusing this is. How wrong it feels to want. He stopped himself. Jenna's expression softened, the fire dimming. To want what? Alex couldn't meet her eyes. To want it to be real. Silence fell between them, heavy and raw. Finally, Jenna reached out, brushing her hand against his sleeve. Then stop fighting me like I'm the enemy. I'm not. I'm in your corner. But I can't make this choice for you. His throat burned. He turned away, pulling the hood tighter. But the truth echoed inside him, impossible to silence. He wanted it. Not the dares, not the games. But her. Do you want to see what happens next? Subscribe and become part of our story. New episodes every week. Turn on the bell so you never miss what's coming next.